Good morning. Happy Wednesday, hump day. 1st of October, new month, same funded account. Started off early, did some pre-market trades, and I'm up about $800. Good start, so not gonna do much today. I'm not going to trade with bigger size. I'm just going to take one trade, one setup. If it works out, perfect. If it doesn't, we move on and get on with the day. I close the stream, so it's going to be a short one, depending on what the market's got to bring. I'm going to do the same drill, coming in, draw my overnight range. There's some nice pushes up overnight, so I took those trades and I went E-minis. Couple of scalps here and there. Accuracy was pretty good, so I just kept pushing it and pressing it and ended up securing roughly about $800. Nothing too shabby, nothing too great, just consistent if I want to keep it. So the trade today is going to be an ARB setup. Same repetitive thing. First 15-minute candle. If the market goes below it, we go short. If market goes above it, we go long. I'm going to be trying to do it with 2 micros. See what's got to bring. See if we can push the day to about $1,000. Usually I was pretty hesitant about getting the account, let's say, more than 400 because of the consistency rule with Funded Next, that your largest day cannot be more than 40% of the total profit per day. Which means if I make 1,000 today, I'll have to make consistent $300-400 or $200, just so that the $1,000 day is below the 40% mark, and that's going to take some time probably and push the payout further. But I'm not worried about that. The goal here is to survive this account more than 30 days, and then whatever chunk is left, I get the payout, 100% of it. Not sure if it's the best strategy, but that's what's speaking to me at the moment, so I'm just going to go with that. Another strategy would have been just to get the account, let's say $200, $300, $400 plus, and 3-4 days of just that would have given me a $1,000 payout. But I've definitely pushed past that. Went a little bit aggressive. So we got to stay positive. You never know. I might have a couple $500 weeks, $1,000 weeks, and payout's going to be in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Have to be positive. Have to stay with the strategy and know that this might be a good week or a good month. Last couple of months were red for me, and I'm just trying to get out of that hole. There were points where I was very close to the payout stage, but then I was with Top Step, and they kind of gave me a violation saying that I'm in a restricted country or have to be I can't be traveling basically and trading. So switch to Funded Next, which have more lenient rules, but haven't seen much payouts come out of this, but good reputation. Heard good things. I wouldn't be surprised if if I get better success with Funded Next, because it's trying to be a reputable firm. It's not as reputable as Top Step, but I mean, it's got good history at the moment, so we're going to go with that. And we're all trying things out. Right. 1 minute before market opens. I'm going to take one trade for the day. See how we go. Definitely trading above the overnight range, which is a good sign. Let's just come and flip it to 15 minutes. And let's see how the market reacts. I'm going to stop talking and just wait for the first 15 minutes to close. Nothing much, nothing more to say than just taking one trade and letting it run. Stop break even or trailing the stop and seeing how we go. No bias coming in the market, but let's just go to the daily. The daily chart seems like we're going to be pushing down or pushing up. We don't know. We're just in the middle zone. We could see a nice big sell-off. I'm not too sure why I'm seeing these lines here. So let me just come and delete those. Better weight is tricky when you change times, you know, but just mess up your drawings. The market just open. Here's the high of the first 15 minutes, and let's see where the low ends up. Or you could say that's the low, and we're pushing for the highs. Let's see where this ends up. If we break above 789s, we could see a potential run up to 868, 870. There's a lot of resistance or consolidation at this stage, so I wouldn't be surprised if you get stuck at 840s or 820s and then see a retracement. But if we can't clear 790s, then it's definitely 56s or coming down to 24s or 20s. That's that. EMS, or sorry, the VWAP looks kind of tad bit different on TradingView than it does for Beta 8. I'm not too sure why though, but maybe it's because it's an anchored VWAP and it's not accounting for a lot of other days. That's fine. Kind of gives me another reference point. So let me shift that anchored VWAP like so. I'm still not feeling the best. A little bit sick at the moment. But still traded all right. Right, let me just shift it from the overnight range. Okay, now it looks a little bit decent. Looks like we're pushing. I'll come and refresh my trading view. I feel like it's giving the right data. Yeah, I don't know. Betting views messing up. Need to get that package. Really don't use it just for charting. Still need to get that subscription for TradingView. But definitely the 15-minute looks way different here. Maybe it's not the 15-minute. Maybe it's... Yeah, that's not 15-minute at all. Not sure what's happening. TradingView's acting up. Yeah, both the charts look wildly different for some reason. You know? Not sure what's happening, but maybe it's just the drawings. Definitely not picking up real-time data. Anywho, just gonna go with rate of 8. Yeah, market hasn't even opened yet. Comes to TradingView. Some reason it's very delayed. First time it's happened to me. Usually it's about a 5-second delay. Now it's showing about a 10-minute delay. Some odd reason. Anywho, need to connect my TradingView with TraderWeight and might fix the problem. Reviewing today. How I got here today was pretty decent accuracy, about 70%. Excuse me, not feeling well. Carrying smaller scalps, 1:1 maybe. Had a little bit of a losing trade, bigger than wiped out a lot of past 3-4 trades, but then had a big runner. Overall, this is the equity curve you would like to see. Break even-ish, breakouts, comes retest, and breakouts again. Here are the trades. First was a loser, then a break even, then a loser. And they kept going for a nice, good winning streak, kept securing those little base hits. Right? Then had a big loser, biggish. And then another loser. And I was going to stop then and there, but I saw a setup after a while. But this is just a 42-second trade. Just got in, got out, and see it was working out. So, but then I stayed in this other trade for about 7 minutes. And that was one of my bigger trades that pushed me to 800. So the thing that I'm struggling with is when you mentally know that you're close to a payout, I would change my strategy a touch. Usually I take those quick scalps and sometimes I let them run. But when it comes to, let's say, I made 800 today, tomorrow I need to make 400-500 for the consistency rule. Market doesn't work that way. Market doesn't care what my positions are, where I stand. Tomorrow could be a losing day, and mentally it will put me that, okay, you know, to chase that payout, I need a certain amount of dollar per day. And that's what's been killing me, or just playing with me a bit. And I have to adjust and recalibrate and know that, okay, goal is to survive the account. Payouts are a byproduct of that. Goal is to do what I do, is to grow the account, is to take good setups, get out when I have the instincts that it's not working out, get in when I have the instinct that, okay, this is the right place to get in, be ruthless about it, and just move on when it's not working out. Goal is not to secure one payout. Goal is to just grow the account, secure as many payouts from this funded account as possible. It's not a one-day affair. Definitely a long-term thing that you need to work on. One payout is not going to be worth it. It's a series of payouts. And that's a byproduct of good trading days like today. And a reminder that I do not need to change my style. I just need to press on it when it's working and take the foot off the gas when it's not. But today is going to be one trade. And that's going to be the orb setup, opening range breakout. And if I see volume kick in, like right now, this is the opening range. Pretty healthy range from 742 to 838, 840. About 100 points. $87 points. Sure. If it breaks out of there, this is the second 15-minute candle. If we break out of it and try to go long, I'll go long. If we stay in between this stuff, like in between this opening range, I won't touch it. So the 5-minute needs to close outside or close below. And then I'll take a long or a short, depending where it wants to go. Usually I would just trade it in the middle as well to get those small scalps, but not today. Today I'm going to try this other setup. 8+ setup. See how that turns out. But if it's a choppy market, if it's a market when NQ just wants to range all day, then it won't work. Then it would just chop me out, stop me out, and then keep going up and down. But if it's a market where it wants to trend, setup would work. I've forbidden myself looking at gold. Just not liking the action at all. Just been very tough for me to trade. It's up and down, slow moves, and it's hard to predict what it wants to do. You know, you don't know what the profit targets are. I don't know what anything is sometimes. So, same with the Dow. Dow's been super choppy. Yesterday it chopped me out completely. One candle will just be up and down, up and down. So, it's just not working out. Maybe later, maybe in the coming months, but at the moment, forbid myself from trading it. I was right, about 100 points on the opening range. Now he's stuck in between the opening range. I wanted to break out rather than getting chopped up in the middle. So it is a game of patience. Super patient. Wake me up when September ends. September's on. Looks like we're gonna sell off. I want to see where this candle closes first before I jump in.
Order filled.
Shorting it there at that little pullback, hoping for a nice continuation. See if this orb setup plays out today. Because I waited for that close outside and I got in at that pullback. This would have been a nicer entry, but I marketed in. And if it's a true breakout, we will keep going down. But if it chops me out, then it chops me out. A stop should be somewhere around there, right above the this structure. At the moment, it doesn't look too good. I would have been stopped out there. And if it's a stop out, then it's a stop out. I was looking somewhere like this region. Let's see. Interested to see what happens now. That's why those short scalps work for me. Because now it's a lot of waiting for this trade to play out. And usually I would have shorted it right here. Caught those 10, 20 points. Maybe long it here. Stop here. Caught those 10, 20 points. Something like that. Trading right below VWAP. That doesn't look good. We're kind of closing inside the opening range. That's not a great sign. Unless we see some good momentum pushing it down. It's not looking too good. Might get stopped out. And usually if I have a feeling I'll get stopped out, I'll just close it. Saves you a few points right before you hit the stop. But it was a wise move to move the stop right like above the structure. This could be a strong resistance. And if I had my stop here, I would have been stopped out. Even now, there is no guarantee the trade would work, but this big kill candle tells me, and this 5-minute closing outside tells me that, okay, maybe we could see a range or opening range breakout. But the ATR has just increased and the movement is just crazy. 728 to 760, that's about 30, 40 points up and down pretty quickly. Let's go 15-minute to close down on the action. That's a nice big wick. Looks like it'll just stop me out.
Stop filled.
And it stopped me out. That's that. I did say one trade, and that was the opening breakout trade. That didn't work out for me, did it? You know, I could try one more trade, which is more in line with what I do. Momentum trades. See if that plays out. That was a big, not a big loser, but still. Stuck somewhere in the middle. I'm going to short
Order
it
filled.
here. There's a reason I take too many trades, because like even now, if it's not working right away, I'll close it and try for a better entry. It mounts up a lot of commissions, but it saves me that drawdown. Just different ways. Different ways you can approach the market, I guess. That's another loser.
Stop filled.
There you go. This is where I should stop. And I will. I want to see if I go flip a few things around. And going with 2 micros really mounted up the commission side, which I'm not a big fan of. So the loss, we are sitting at $700, but commissions are really, that's going to get ya. Looks like this was a big fake out after all. Go figure. We're just chopping around. And right back to the stop.
Order filled.
Let's flip the narrative. Something that I do going long now. I should have flipped the narrative there, but I didn't. That's why I suffered a loss. After 2 consecutive losses, I should stop. That's my rule that I'm breaching at the moment. But I did some journaling, kind of mental. I know what I did. I should have flipped the switch right here, and I didn't. So I went short. I went short with the same idea that it would just fall. Should have just flipped the switch. Like so. And see if we can actually retrace up and keep pushing higher. I realize I'm not really good at these big trades, or the market's just not rewarding me with those trades. Like so.
Stop filled.
Stop me out. What I'm really good at is those little trades. So
Order filled.
flipping the switch again. I'll add to it if it keeps going down.
Order filled.
Now. Very volatile. Really want to close it, but I'll give it a chance. Seems like a news just hit. Very volatile.
Stop filled.
Stop me out.
Order
Close
filled.
that one manually. And very, very volatile. Stuck in the middle. I'll just pause. Had a little bit of a losing streak. That's not ideal, from 800 to 383. Because I changed the strategy. Usually I was just going with 1 micro or 1 mini, and now I just went with, 2 micros. Even then I could lose a lot. So that's that.
Order filled.
See if we can go long. Too many trades for now, but market's just very choppy and volatile. Just stuck now. What a shame.
Order filled.
I'm adding it there. See if we can get a nice rally up. But looks like it's going to chop me out. I want to see a nice strong push up. Should have closed it there when I saw a lot of volatility kick in. Would have been a nice close there. But I was giving it some room. And it just didn't work out. Giving it some room here as well to see if we can rally up. Go for the highs. I've added to my position as well. See if we can actually see the high of the opening range. That's got some juice. Looks like we pushing up. There we go. Couple more pushes.
Order filled.
I'm adding to it. Come on, you can do this. One big push, you can do this. Maybe I moved the stop too quickly, but we'll see. You can do this.
Stop filled.
Yeah, just not the day. Not the day. I did make some money on it, but now we're out of the money on this one, so that was the break-even point. It's very choppy now. I was hoping to see some higher highs. We just didn't. We might. It's taking a while. A lot of commissions. Now we're just chopping sideways. Let's see strong pushes up.
Order filled. Order filled. Order filled.
I'm adding to this. Feel like it's a nice, good pullback on the 5-minute. I did say it'll be a one trade, and I did take that one trade, but I kept trading after to see if we can flip the day back to where I was, and that's not a really good approach to trading. I understand that, but I'm still in the risk parameters. Going for those A quality setups.
Order filled.
If we get there. If not, I'm ready to call it quits. But if we do, it'll be a pretty nice healthy day. It was already a healthy day. That's the thing. It already is a healthy day. This is just me doing it. Could be over trading. Just trying to do a mental recap. But I'm seeing something, so I'm going for it. Going for the opening range retest. You should see a good acceleration right at this point. The same trade idea, just got stopped out prematurely, so I got in again. I hope it's a trendy day and it doesn't chop me out. That's what I can hope for. Otherwise, I'm in a good position, good spot if price action continues. There's strong, nice bull momentum. It'll push out of the range, and I'm sitting healthy. So let's see. I'm trying to exercise that muscle as well in me, the patience muscle, letting the trade play out and all that sort of stuff. It's very a slow grind at the moment. Usually, if it's a slow grind, there'll be a quick reaction down or up. So, definitely a lot of resistance here. It's not moving. Let's see. Keep pushing. 1 minute looks good. Needs to keep pushing. Clear this area. All right, we're trying. That's the acceleration. Volume continues. We might break out of the range pretty quickly. All right, 10 seconds before this 5 minute closes. Looks pretty strong, but I still wanted to close stronger. That's a strong close. Now we're going for the opening range breakout. Hopefully, not a fake out like the last breakout. Hopefully, he wants to continue in that move. It'll be a quick sweep up. If not, it'll be a sweep down, and I don't want to be stuck caught in that. We want a nice big sweep up and clear those wicks. That's a resistance point. Being super patient at this critical moment. There's some movement there. See if we can break out. It'll be a quick sweep. holding up nicely. So I want to stay in it. This time I didn't move stop losses to break even because it might just wick me out and then move. I want this. I want to catch this move. It'll be a big one. Looks like we got rejected right at those wicks. So sellers are in control. So for them to cover, we need to see a short squeeze. The bulls need to just sweep these prices quickly, very fast, and get it up to 24850. Excuse me. Volatility is increased. Pretty critical moment. Are we going to break out or are we going to dwindle down? That's what everybody wants to know. Sellers might be sweating here. All of their stop losses are going to be here. The market's at least going to come here once to grab those stop losses. That's the quick sweep. That's the quick move. And now sellers might cover and we'll see a stronger reaction keep going up. And that's what we would call a squeeze. Keep squeezing, baby. Keep squeezing. We're right at the opening range. It wants to break out. There we go. Keep squeezing. Next psych level is 850. Market likes to go in psych levels. There'll be a nice big wick at 850. What did we learn? We learned that I went for a breakout. I was caught in a fake out. And then I
Order filled.
flipped the narrative here somewhere. I didn't flip it quick enough. So I got caught in loss, a couple of losses because of that, because of the chop. I could have closed the trade here when I was short, but when I saw some volatility spike kick in, but I didn't. So I got in a long, hoping that, okay, now we're holding up. We might see a breakout like so, and I want to be an early buyer in it. This is where I should have been entering, and I would have just caught this move, but I saw this move. So, but then again, I got stopped out break even on a couple of my positions. So I got in again, seeing that, okay, maybe on a 5-minute, this is a pullback and we might see a stronger reaction like so. And then it was just a moment of waiting and letting the market do its thing, which it's doing right now. Completely broken out. So my $800 day before might turn out to be $1,000 just now if we go hit those limits. Looks like we will. Because it's squeezing. It's not going to give sellers any chance to cover. It's squeezing hard. Why do I have this limit at 570? It should be at 860. Oh, 880. 870 because that's a previous 50% resistance
Order
line.
filled.
Right, account is back to where I left it after the losses and stuff, but gives me confidence that we caught a monster of a trade, even after a few losers. So I'm going to give this a chance and see if we can hit 870. It'll be a quick sweep again. And great profit taking. That's the sweep. It'll go to 70 and my order
Order
is
filled.
just a point below it. Keeps going higher. Had I known, eh? But I'm sitting at $1,000 profit for the day. My bad. 992. That's pretty big for me on a small account. It'll be pretty big to, follow up with the consistency rule. But the good things for today. As soon as I saw confirmation, prices were holding up, I added to the position. That's what I did. So I went in with 2, added a couple more. So the total contract size was 6. I think that was pretty good. That gave me some room. So when the price moved in profit, I could just follow it up. Great profit taking. I could have squeezed a few more points out of it. I think I'm happy with that. Happy to close it there. Here are the trades and the stats for today. Here's the equity curve. Little pullback. Show a short-term high. Hard pullback. The trend just broke. And then recovered from there and on. The last trade was pretty good. You know, that gave me these 3 trades. And even before then, I went with an E-mini. That would have yielded a monster of a trade, but I wasn't sure about it. My stop was too close and leverage was too high for the ATR today, so I left it. So I went back to micros and secured this amount of profit. That's all one trade. So 4, 5, almost 5, 5.10, $5.15. One trade. After we did a fake out, and I should have stopped then. My rule is to stop after 2 consecutive losses. Here I had 1, 2. This was all one trade though, which I kept adding to it. Still a smaller loss. If I started the day without the 800 cushion, I would have started in a loss. So there you go. Would have affected my confidence and everything, and the whole system would have not collapsed, but wouldn't have yielded the results that it yielded today. Because let's say I didn't have that 800 profit, I would have just been a little bit of profit and then a lot of drawdown. And it would not have been a $900 day. It would have been somewhere around 500, 400. So I'm happy with that. Here, the move is to just short it here.
Order
And
filled.
I just did, just to prove a point that when you're in the rhythm with the market, it kind of gets easy because now you've secured some profits. You know that, okay, we saw some rejection and we might see a deeper pullback, at least to the opening range. I should have shorted it there, but I just shorted it there because I have a feeling it'll come down and revisit at least the high of the opening range, and I'm here to catch it. Could be wrong, maybe a flurry trade, but I had to do it to restore my rhythm with the market, the confidence with the trades. So let's see. Here would have been a nicer short entry right there after that wick. And I could be totally wrong with this trade, but that's the whole point. Seeing if you're in the rhythm with the market. That's the better entry there. I'm not trying to look for, the low or the high to short. It's just after this wick. This wick is a telltale sign that there's clearly a resistance area. And we might just dwindle down, at least come to the opening range and get more buyers before trying to push through it. But if bulls are strong like so, then we might just push right now, which we are. Perhaps I was wrong, and that's okay. Seeing that rejection come through, that was a little bit of extended move to get those stop losses. My stop loss was just what? A point away, a tick away. That's crazy. So I still could be stopped out, but looks like we're seeing some pullback on the 1 minute. And this could be a deeper one. I don't know yet. Might stop me out, but let's see. Worth taking, like so. It will dwindle down. if that was the high. What I don't want to do for this one is move my stop loss, because if it does go up, it'll just go very high. Excuse me.
Stop filled.
And I got stopped out. Too bad. Not $1,000 day. So, too bad. Might short it again. And this is not over trading. This is just
Order filled.
having a feeling that this was a stop loss run. And we might dwindle down. I might add to it when we dwindle down. So, let's see. Stop's going to be tight on this one. And I am going against the trend. That's never a good sign. Should have gone with the trend. But sometimes fading the move, counter trend is a good strategy. Because we do see pullbacks. Market just never keeps going up, 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 up. We do see a retracement. I mean, it could go up, 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 but usually we see a retracement. And when that time comes, we know. I think that time is now. Couple of red candles will trigger it. But right now, we're just pushing higher, man. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should have left these trades run. You never know. That's the markets. What do you do? Short's gonna make their money too. We've just been squeezing them, so they'll come in hard. That's what they do. And when they do, we'll be ready. Adding
Order
to
filled.
it, we'll get out somewhere around here. And here. Seems reasonable. Could keep going lower, but super extended. We might not go very low. Just a little pullback. Wow. Looks like that was a pullback. Bulls are very strong at the moment. Are we not seeing a good selling moment come through? So I'll just exit. There we go. Here's the chance. Is this going to do it? Let's see. Bulls are very strong at the moment. They're holding up all those prizes, taking up all those little dips. But sellers might come through, and strong bulls are not going to get in there. They might get somewhere around this area. Weaker bulls might get in here, but they'll start covering their stop losses. Are going to be around here. I want to see a nice big deeper retracement like so. And that wick, all those orders, we're here to catch it. Maybe I was a tad bit early, but you never know. And I did take a stop, but I'm adamant this idea would work. So it's not over trading. I'm just following the market sentiment. So we lost about an 80. See if we can get about 150 out of this trade. Excuse me. It did ramp up my commissions though, but let's see. Bulls are really fighting here, eh? Let's see if sellers can come through. Sellers didn't have much steam there. Bulls are fighting. Still gonna give this chance here. See. You can get a nice big retracement now. That's not a strong bull candle. There you go. Trying to break the low of the previous prior bar low. That's a good signal for selling. After this big move, we're seeing some compression. That's pretty normal. A lot of the players leave the market because they lost money or they made money. But usually, sometimes the compression, there's an equally low or fill the gap move coming up and at least testing the low here. And then finding more buyers and then moving higher. That's the thesis of the moment. It looks like buyers are very strong. They're not letting prices come down. But if you may, I am seeing this trend. Unless we break it, which we did. Gonna hit my stops, so I'm gonna get out.
Order
early.
filled.
Leaving the day at 800. Thanks everyone for watching and hope there was some value out of this session. Couple of losing trades, but these trades were monster trades. Hope to see everyone tomorrow. Cheers.